Hello. Well, it's still my birthday. I've started the Sopwith Pup and it's got dark, so I've got the lights on. And anyway, oh, thank you, Tim, for saying happy birthday. And yes, I do look a little bit dapper, don't I? This is not the only one I've got. Anyway, so after the first hour, I have completed this. This is obviously the keel and the formers that go in. I'll just leave a little look at that. Okay, now there's a couple of things you probably want to take note of. You have to put the photo stickers in the cockpit area, and you have to make sure that they go on the inside and not accidentally on the outside. Now, I didn't do it, but it's easy to, I can see how it can be easy to do. Now, although you have a quick start guide, there's no way you can build this without watching the Microaces video. And the chap does go through it. Probably could go a little bit quicker for me, but yeah, he shows you how to do it. And the only thing that I would do differently is when you come to do the magnet, okay, which I take it would hold the cowl on. Now, I'll just use my little lollipop stick here. The magnet goes there, it says S3, and it goes in on the inside, okay. Now, he puts, well, he struggles actually, puts the magnet in, and he's sinoing it in, etc. What I always do with magnets is I put a little cross on. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that properly, probably not focusing, but I put a little cross on each side because then I know that when the magnets stick, they're not opposite poles. Yeah, and what I normally do is I put a slither of sellotape in between them, okay, so they don't glue together. But I don't need to put the sellotape on because it gives you that sticker. Gives you that sticker there, so you don't need the sellotape. And I think that is actually its function. Now he puts the magnet in and then puts the sticker on. Well, I'm going to do it the opposite way around. I'm going to put the sticker on and then put the magnet in, because then you haven't got glue going all the way. And this is the only part of the build where he wants to use Sino, so I will use Sino, and I'll put it on with a toothpick. Now it's underneath the stand here, that's why it's moving. Some toothpicks. So I think that's the only thing I would probably do differently. Otherwise, it does go together pretty well, I have to admit. The only advisory I would say to you is this is really delicate. You know, you cannot be ham-fisted with this. Don't force anything, okay? Do a dry fit first before you glue anything, okay? And then make sure it fits and then put the glue on. Try not to use too much glue on the tail because the glue, believe it or not, will add weight. He does tell you this, and he's quite right. So what I do is, instead of what he does, he takes it straight out of the tube, puts it on, but I smear it on with a stick. These are coffee sticks, and just smear it on so it's less weight, less glue going on it, and it sticks just as good. The foam glue that I'm using actually dries quicker than I thought it would. I've not used this glue before. It doesn't set like within seconds or anything like that, but it's a lot quicker than I thought it would be. But you still got time to fiddle around and do things, okay? And yeah, so far it's a good instruction, it's a good build, I'm enjoying it, okay? And this is the first hour's work, so that's the first video. I think it's probably worth watching the video through first and then going back to the beginning and then starting, okay? I think if I'd built one of these before, I could probably build that in half an hour, if I'm being honest. There's nothing particularly difficult about it. everything's there, you know, it gives you all the instruction and everything. So it's a very good video, and yeah, there you go. So that's the first hour's work. I'm now going to put the magnet in my own way, and I look forward to starting the next part. So here we are at the end of hour 2, and this is what we have. Now you'll see that the fuselage sides are on and the tail feathers are on, and once again I have to say it does what it says in the tin. The video is in depth, it's easy to follow. I think the guy's name's John. Yeah, his name's John. And they seem to have thought of just about everything. You have coloured stickers to hide certain things, and it's turning out well. I have to say though, it is a very useful tool to get one of these. I don't want to say the word. I don't know about Americans, but a bell end. I forget what are they called. 1 second. These are called modelling ball tools. Modelling ball tools. Yes, try saying that after a couple of pints. A modelling ball tools. So there you are. That's what you use. And basically, if you got any creases and things, you just rub it like that, and the crease disappears. Especially when you're going around the fairings here, and when you do the joints. And actually, now that I've discovered, I've never seen these before. I'm going to use these and other things as well as. So yeah, and he uses this quite a lot in part 2, quite a lot. So they're worth getting hold of. So now I don't know how well it's going to focus. Let's put the glasses on. So there you are. You see, there's nothing. I would say there's nothing particularly difficult about this. You need a bit of patience, yeah, especially when you're putting like the turtle deck on, because it's all going to match up and everything. And I have had to trim a couple of things. I think it didn't quite fit here, but that may be my fault when I was making the skeleton. I don't know, I'm not sure. But this guy's obviously made more than a couple, so he sussed it out, you know. And I'm making it for the first time, but you know, it's got together okay. I don't think there was anything particular, but again, I would say if you're going to really take this seriously, is watch the episodes through. And I think when I come to the number 3, I will watch it all the way through. Okay, it makes it twice as long, but sometimes there's something in there that you hadn't thought about. Oh yeah. So I would advise watching the whole episode through, and then of course you got half a clue, and then you notice. It's like anything, if you look at something twice, you notice twice more. Does that make sense? Watch something 3 times, you notice something 3 times more. So the things going on. Ah, yeah. Okay. So there we are, end of hour 2, and I shall now pursue part 3. Hour 3. Right, this was a right bugger. In this one, we're putting in the electronics. I hope you can see that. Okay, and now we have elevator and we have rudder. Okay, and now full throw. Okay, now I have to say, oh by the way, you need to have a Sharpie pen. Make sure you've got a Sharpie pen before you even put the electronics in, and mark where the holes are on the top, because this didn't get mentioned until much later, and I thought you could have done that first. But never mind. There's always got to be something, hasn't there? So in this hour, you're putting the rods in. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to be up front. I could not get that rudder. Could not get that horn into that rudder. Could not get the wire into that rudder horn. I tried and tried and tried. Well, this guy's done it about 300 times. He just went straight in like this. And I struggled so much that the rudder detached itself, which actually made it easier. So I managed to get it in. I thought, oh great, yeah, and I got it down to here. And I thought, oh, I'm going to follow these instructions. I'm not going to deviate or anything. And then I discovered that once you've marked the wire to go through the servo, you've got to take it out again. Oh God. So then there's a tape that goes here, and the tape wouldn't stick back, so I had to glue it. And I just, oh man. But anyway, it's all to do with setting up the radio. So now that it's all working, yeah, happy, but it's fiddly. It is, it's fiddly, I have to admit. And there's several times I think, I'm going to break this. I'm going to break it. Anyway, so yeah, so it's positioning of the 5-channel receiver, the RX, and getting the control rods in and through the horns and into the servos on here. You will struggle. Make sure you've got a Sharpie pen. Make sure you've got some really good quality snips, some fine pliers, and you should be okay. But that is fiddly. That is really fiddly. But anyway, I did follow the instructions. Now on the radio setup, if you've got a half reasonable radio anyway, everything is on that right hand gimbal, so up, down, right, left. So you have to mix the rudder and aileron to make that work, okay? It's because you want it all on that one gimbal. I mean, you don't have to, but highly advise it, which is how I flew my Fokker DR1 on the indoor flying session. So it's the same setup. Now the thing is, if you need to adjust the elevator and the rudder, and you can't do it through the sub trims, which I struggled with, to be honest with you, what you do, you have a little loop. I don't know whether you can see that loop. Can you see that loop? Yeah, maybe you can see it now. Right, you use 2 pairs of fine pliers, and you either squash it to make the rod shorter, or you get 2 pliers and bend it out to make the rod longer. So I did that, and mainly I did that because I want to have full throw on the servos, okay, and that's the reason I did it. So there we are, there's your one cell. This is, I don't know if I mentioned it, this is 150 milliamp 1S 3.7 volt, and this is from E-Flight, so there's your battery. So that, yeah, there you go, just so you can see things. That's what it looks like. Okay, and before I go, the easy one was the elevator. That just went straight in. And be aware, the rods are different. They've both got different ends on them. Be careful, alright? But get that Sharpie pen and mark the holes of the servos before you put it in. Okay, that's my tip. But everything else went, you know, smoothly, no issues, no problems. Just follow the guide, but there's just those extra bits that I'm mentioning now. Just mark those holes on the servos, just 2 little holes, and make sure you've got a Sharpie pen and a decent pair of snips. And I'm using these fine pin nose pliers and also tweezers, and you'll be all right. Enjoy. Hi. Well, hour 4, and we have the bottom put on with the bottom wing and the bottom of the fuzz. Nothing too difficult there. The ball on the stick, that came in very, very handy. It's not too fiddly, it's okay, it's come out all right. And that's as far as I've got with that. That's another hour's work. So now I think it's time for the undercarriage. See you in a minute. Well, that was the end of hour 5, and the undercarriage is on and the wheels are done, and started the rigging. Now the only thing with the rigging is this point here, there's a little tiny anchor point with a little tiny hole in it, and here is supposed to be another little anchor point with a little tiny hole in it. So I was using this threading tool. That anchor point came away, so I had to glue it on. Decided not to use the threader anymore because the threader and the doubled up thread is too thick to go through the hole. So I enlarged the hole, glued it back, got it all the way through to where it's supposed to go, and then tried to put it through the next anchor hole, which promptly broke off. And I wasn't even trying to use the threading tool. So I drilled a hole through the fuzz, and that comes down to the bottom there, and there's the thread. So there you go. Now the thing is, in the instruction is not to tighten that just yet, so that's why it's loose. You make the wheels up. You're supposed to put the rubber tyres on next in the next episode, which is these tyres here, and that's the undercarriage. I presume there's a sticker got to go here to cover that up, but very disappointed about the size of the holes and these anchor points coming off. Now John in the video mentions about using a Sharpie pen to colour in some white bits that are here. So I went out and I bought some metallic multicoloured Sharpie pens, because he was using a black one. Well, now you got bronze, silver, brown. I've got a brown gold one as well, so actually they'll be the right colour, and I think they're £1.60 each. So rather than screwing it up with a black Sharpie pen, I use that. And also I use the metallic ones because a lot of this here, actually you can't see it really on the video, but a lot of this is metallic. It's metallic paint, so those metallic colours will hide any white bits that you may have where the joins are. So anyway, I will now go on to put the tyres on and the top deck in part 6. So that's the 5th hour and hour. I can't speak English anymore. Hour. Yes, anyway. And what's the difference between desert and desert? So anyway, that's the 5th hour, and I'm now going to go into the 6th hour, and I'll show you the results of that. Watch this space. End of hour 6. So the machine gun is all fully fitted, the cabanes are on, and I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, finished off the wheels on the undercarriage. Quite a lot of work goes into that gun, to be honest with you. I weighed it, it was 3.3 grams. I do have a plastic machine gun, which was near 8 grams, I think. So yeah, turned out all right actually. So there you go, that's the end of hour 6. Hi, well, results of 7 hours work. We have the top wing on, the rigging is in place, we put the outriggers in and everything. Yeah, so that's where you should get to after 7 hours. Now, top wings in 3 different pieces, and getting the cabanes and the struts in. John Porter, who shows you the video, this is actually immensely difficult to do, and I've come to the conclusion that he uses witchcraft, because especially with the stickers, he puts the stickers down, they stay there. I don't know how he does that. I put them down, they're still stuck to my finger or my knife or whatever I'm doing. So I've decided to kill next door's cat, put it in a blender and offer it to the gods, and it worked first time. So there you go, that's after 7 hours. So the thing is, with this kit at this current time, is there's no instruction manual, so you have to rely on the videos, and I'm waiting for John to produce the next video, which I believe is episode 8. I sent him an email, I said, come on John, I'm waiting. So he said, oh yeah, I'll do it the weekend. So what I did was, I looked at the Newport model that he made, and I thought, okay, I'll look at the cowl, maybe I can paint the cowl up ready. So I've looked at what he did for the Newport 7, and I'm now currently going to do the cowl. Now he does use stickers for the propeller. He's got a different supply for the stickers. I'm not entirely 100% on with these stickers. They don't stick that well, and you have to glue them down a lot of the time. And I think what I will do is I'll do my own propeller, my own way. I won't put any stickers on it, and we'll see how that turns out. And I'll film that. I'm eating peanuts, by the way. I know, it's bad, isn't it? So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do the cowl, how he does it for the Newport 7, and I'm going to do the prop as well, my way. And so by the time the video comes out, those things will be done, ready, and we can crack on with the rest of the build rather quickly. So yeah, there we go. See you in a moment. Right, so this is my solution as to what to do with the propeller. I'm actually not going to rub anything down or anything like that. I'm just going to leave it just as it is. You can do that. I prefer not to, because you might knock that out of balance and then you are going to have some problems. Let me just put a rubber glove on. So what I'm going to do is just put a light coat of surface primer on it. This is Tamiya Surface Primer Fine. I've shook it up previously, so just very light coat, nothing dramatic. Okay, there you go. Let that dry, and then what I'll do, I'll put a top coat of TS90 brown Tamiya, and I'll show you what I do with it next. Right, well, there's your propeller. It's got its brown paint on it. I'll let that harden for a little while, and then we're going to get the crayons out. Right, here is a wooden side of the propeller, and here's the plain side of the propeller. I'll let you make your mind up whether which side you like best, or whether you'd like to carry on using the stickers. You can use the stickers as a guide, of course, but all you've got to do really is just use a black crayon, a yellow crayon, and a light brown and a dark brown, and possibly a light orange, and you'll get that propeller effect. That's all you got to do. And there you go. There's your propeller. I don't know whether that's in focus or not, but that's your propeller. If you don't like it, put the stickers on. Easy. Now then, while I'm waiting for the primer to cure on the prop, I'm going to take the front cowl. Now on the Newport 7 build, John takes scissors to this. No way am I doing that. What I do is, I get some P1 and 120 grit, and I go round and round and round and round until that comes out. Now that might take a few minutes, so I'm going to save time and come straight back to you. Right, so I've sanded the edges. It's come out absolutely beautiful. I'm now going to start on the inside and just keep doing that, then go around and doing that and that and that and that till it comes loose, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so there we have it, and all you need is some 120 grit glass paper. It comes out absolutely perfect. So I'm just going to attempt to do this little ridge here, see if I can open that up, which I think I can, and we'll see how that turns out. Now when it comes to the cowl, you've got to make sure it's absolutely clean. There's no dust or grit or anything, okay? Get your white primer. That's all you got to do. I'll just let it dry. Time to put the aluminium spray on. It's probably advisable to do this in maybe 2, maybe 3 passes, because you want to get the bottom side as well. Normally I put this onto a turntable, make it twice as hard, but I'm not quite sure where I put it, so I'll have to put up with this, unless I can turn the newspaper, of course. So you give the can a good shake, turn the paper, and that'll do for now. Let that go off overnight, turn it over, just give it the one spray inside. That's enough, that's all you need to do. And there you go. Hello. Well, here is the cowl, and it's all nicely cured and gone off, and I don't like to say dried, really. I know I do use it occasionally, but it's cured. Okay, so it'll look, let me put the intake at the bottom, it's going to look something like that. Now I think the rest, it's not too bad a match. I've used aluminium paint. Actually I think it's a pretty close match. I have got some oil stain weathering that I can put onto it, but I'm not so keen to do it just yet, because I want to see video number 8, and John Porter says I'll do it the weekend. Well, that could be Saturday, it could be Sunday, he might publish it Monday, he might publish it Tuesday, I don't know. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to end this portion of the video, because I think it's going up to, let's see, half an hour-ish. So what I'll do, I'll publish this video. You can wait just like me, to wait to see what happens and get frustrated. Because there is no instruction manual. You have to go via the video. Which, if it had been me, and it's not a criticism, it's an observation. If it had been me, what I would have done, I would have made all the videos, everything ready, and then put these up for sale, and there's your video. Okay, but he's gone on to another model he's trying to push, which I understand, I get it, but you could have finished the videos here John, not Ian. John, you could have finished the videos, mate. One step at a time. So yeah, there we go. And so in the next video, which will be the last one I expect, I'll be putting the motor together and everything and putting the prop on and seeing how it looks. He has to put, well, he doesn't have to put, but there has to be some weight in the front there, because don't forget these are a very short-nosed aircraft, just like the Fokker DR1. You have to put a whole lump of bloody nose, because the nose is so short that you can't kind of get away with it unless you bring everything forward. And these are pretty light. I think they come out, supposed to come out somewhere around 36 grams. And I've tried to do as much as I can to use as little glue as I can to keep the weight down. The stickers, though, they do need gluing. It's the only real criticism I have. You need to keep gluing these stickers, and he needs to find a better type of sticker. I think what I will do is I've ordered the DH2, and for those who've been following me on the channel, the DH2, God, it's a cracker. They're rerunning them, they're making 50. He's only got enough parts for 3 people to be sent their whole kit, so he's pulling the names out of a hat. Yeah, I'm not that type that wins things, so I'm pretty sure I will not be receiving one of those until April, in which case the flying season, outdoor flying season, will have well and truly have started, although April is usually very rainy, and you know, you can go out and fly, and winter's building season. Now, just for Dice Man, if you're watching this, the secret project is going on, and I nearly went and got the jet engine out to show you, and I thought, no, I'll make you wait. Anyway, all good things come to those who wait. So I will see you in the next video regarding the Microaces Sopwith Pup, and we'll see how that turns out. So it should be a 15-minute video by my reckoning, if I don't stop talking and boring people half to death. So have a happy Easter. Alright, cheerio. Oh, look, before I go, do me a great favour, press the like button, okay, and if you've not already subscribed, subscribe. I'm not going to let Cliff Garvey get way ahead. Come on, let's do it. Let's get 10k. Let's get 10k subscriptions, and pressing that like makes the video go all around the world, okay? And then other people see my rubbish that's not worth looking at, and they will subscribe, hopefully. And then somewhere Cliff and I'll come neck and neck like this. Somebody down the club said to me, Cliff is your nemesis. I said, no, he's not my nemesis at all. Cliff is a very nice man, and he's helped me, and I've helped him with projects, you know, and comments, and we are in contact fairly regularly, and he's not my nemesis. It's a bit of friendly banter and friendly rivalry, and listen, if ever you want to see a chap make models, go and watch Cliff Harvey, RC Models. Okay, he's a top man. Please take a look at Jeff in Lower Alabama. Please have a look at Tim the Plane Man, who does crazy things with drones and all these things, and putting them onto aircraft. And I did suggest to him, can you make this aircraft follow another one? I think he might try that, I don't know, but I'm losing Tim a bit because he's going beyond my knowledge. Yeah, I don't do microelectronics and computers and stuff like that, but there are some very good chaps out there, and please, you know, as I said, just press the like, do it now, press the like, do it Now, right now. Press it, just press it. Okay? Make an old man happy. Bye bye. Cheerio.